Yeah.
You don't have. You don't have.
I have.
Liburu, who went to, you don't have to answer anything. He was amongst the first Mkhonto with Sizwe cadres in the 50s to leave the countries. That's not the guy. Is that's the guy?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Right.
As the court pleases, my lord, I confirm my appearance on behalf of Mr. Ntanzi.
Okay. Okay.
As it pleases the court, my lord, I confirm my appearance on behalf of accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa. Thank you.
Yeah.
As it pleases the court, my lord, I do confirm that we've got a witness outside. However, she is Sepedi speaking.
She's
Sepedi speaking. So I've alerted Mr. Jonasi, and then he's gone out to try and find out if there's a language practitioner for Sepedi. He says that today there are only 4 interpreters, and all of them are held up in courts in this division, my lord. So he's trying to phone perhaps the magistrates' courts next door to find out if there's no Sepedi interpreters. So he has asked, my lord, that we stand down until 11:30 for that purpose, my lord.
Yeah, okay, fine. But I hear that, where's Mr. Jonas?
He has gone out for that purpose, my lord.
Yeah, I'm told that there's a funeral, what do you call it? Funeral what? Memorial service. And they've requested us to adjourn at about 1:30. Yeah, apparently. So what are you saying? Is this guy or girl?
Yes.
Is he an interpreter in the High Court? We don't want somebody who has never interpreted in the High Court.
I'm not sure the caliber of person that Mr. Jonas is trying to
must be so. And so what are we going to do with the memorial service? We adjourn at 1:30. They say, they request that we should adjourn at 1:30. They are having a memorial service.
My lord, he said we should adjourn at 1:45 until 2 o'clock, my lord, for that purpose. So I'm not sure whether with that in mind and us starting at 11:30.
They're fine. Okay, so we must adjourn until we hear
from the interpreter side. Yes.
The interpreter is competent.
As the court pleases, my lord.
Okay, fine. Let's adjourn.
Gentleman for 100 years.
Yeah, no, that's okay. It's just that with the problems we had the other day.
Yeah, no.
Thanks.
Please call for me, Sergeant Kaka, outside here.
Yeah, just for the records. Just for the record, place your name on record.
Valentine Harris, the interpreter for today
Okay.
in this matter of Meyiwa.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah. So the witness in?
Ma o na le mathata go bolela o le ka tlase ga maikano
Awa, ke na ona.
ga ona mathata
A ke na mathata.
jalo ga go le jalo ge ke kgopela gore o ene gore botlhati jo tlo go botlhisa mo pela gore ke ba nnete ka moka nnete fela ga go le jale emiša tlogo la go ja gore modimo thuše ke bolele nnete
Modimo o thuse ke bolele nnete.
witness sworn in my lord.
Thanks.
May the witness be seated, my lord.
Yes, she may be. What's wrong with the machine now?
She's just asking for the name and second of the witness for the record.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maina pele ga busile tsa maina ga ga re thomile ka mo re tsene ka garo ka re ra go tse kwana ma maina ga ka botla
Nthabiseng le ditlhaka.
Nthabiseng Lili Tlhaka.
Thank you, sir. Now, good morning, ma'am.
Dumela. Morning.
Now, ma'am, I see that you are wearing a face mask on, and just for the record, you have placed. You've told me earlier on that you are a bit under the weather with influenza, correct?
Jalo ke bona o apere o thibile fatso wa ona le bolwetse nyone bo go tshwenya a go jwala. That's correct.
Yebo bekuqiniso ukuthi ke oqala lo Nthabiseng Tlhaka ukuthi ke afake imaski ushilo ukuthi akaphathekile.
Nonetheless, ma'am, thank you so much for availing yourself and making time to come and assist the court.
Re leboga o jere matsapa go tlo re thuša.
Now, ma'am, you are a member of the South African Police, is that correct?
A we mongwe wa maphodisa a South Africa? Yes.
Bekuqiniso ukuthi ngisebenzela ke amaphoyisa aseNingizimu Afrika.
What is your current rank?
Rank ya gago ke eng gone jwale?
Sergeant.
Sergeant.
Sergeant nesikhundla.
Are you based at any police station?
O go na le station se o berekang go sona sa maphodisa? Yes.
Which one?
Se se feng?
Valeria Police Station.
Valeria Police Station.
Isiteshi ke emsebenza kusona samaphoyisa esaseValeria.
How long have you been stationed at the Valeria Police Station?
Ke nako kae o berekela Valeria?
15 years.
15 years.
Iminyaka ke eyishumi nanhlanu.
January.
Yes.
I resumed duties in the year 2011, the 24th of January.
Maqala khona ke umsebenzi emaphoyiseni kwakunge 24 kaJanuary 2011.
Kaya Subs College at Pretoria West for training.
I went for training in Pretoria West.
Ngaya ke kuyona icollege yamaphoyisa ke ePretoria West.
Ka 2012 ka place as a student ko Valeria Police Station.
In 2012, I started as a student at Valeria Police Station in 2012.
Bathi ke ngo2012 ila engaqala khona njengomfundi phecelezi ke student
Ka fetsa-
ePolice Station yaseValeria.
Ka fetsa ka ba constable ko Valeria.
And after the studying, I became a constable at Valeria Police Station.
Nase ngiqala khona ke ukuba uconstable khona eValeria.
Ka 2022 1 April
On the 1st April 2022,
ka promoted to sergeant rank.
I was promoted to a sergeant rank
Gona ko Valeria.
at the same Valeria Police Station.
Bathi ke nge-1 April 2022 ila engaphushulwa khona ke ngesikhundla ngaba usergeant khona esiteshi saseValeria.
Now, ma'am, I'm going to hand you a document, and I'm going to request you that you identify that document for me.
Ke tlo go laetša tokomane še o mpotše ga eba wa e lemoga gore ke eng.
Can you, for the record, identify that document?
A o ka re botša gore tokomane ke eng?
SAP 15.
This document is called SAP 15.
Would I be correct, ma'am, to say that an SAP 15 is a duty roster of police officers that are on duty at the station on a particular day?
Jwale ge e ka ba gore ke bolela nnete ga ke re tokomane e ke mo maphoisa a tlatsang maina a bona le go theogeleng ga ona le dinako tsa le letšatši la go theogela. No, that's correct. You are correct.
If you can place on record the duty register for that appears in that SAPS 15.
Yeah, how can lebelisa mo se sengwe le mo SAP SAP?
What is the date and what time did your shift start on that day?
Re botse gore ke nako mang e thomileng ka yona shift ga o thomile ka nako mang ya gago wena ka boena?
It thomile nearly 2021 0207 shift
2021
0207.
It was on the 7th February 2021 when I started.
Shift 6 in the morning.
The shift started at 6:15 in the morning.
Yeah, fetaka 1800 hours.
And it ended up at 1800 hours.
And if you can place on record what is noted at serial number 05.
Level 05, yes.
Place on record what is on at serial 05, the entirety of serial 05, ma'am.
Yeah.
The posting ya Constable Shaka, SCSC assistant.
It's a posting of Constable Shaka,
CSC assistant.
CSC assistant.
And that Constable Shaka will be you, is that correct?
Constable Shaka ikwena? Yes.
And you were posted as a CSC assistant. For those who do not know, the CSC will be the Client Services Center at the police station. Is that correct?
Yala CSC era horike Client Service Center at police station. Correct.
And what does a CSC assistant do? What did you do in that role on that day?
Jalo chaching leo bu bereka ing mo CSC.
CSC assistant itusha ko charge office.
The at CSC we are assisting at the charge office.
Okay, I'm going to hand you another register which I'm going to ask you to identify. Can you identify the register in front of you, ma'am?
Occurrence book, here OB or
yes, it's occurrence book. We shortly say call it OB.
Now, if I can direct you to entries 356 and 361 of the occurrence book, 356 and 361. It will show cell inspection. Did you participate in conducting cell inspections on that day?
Well, 361 and 356. ditiragalo tsa tšatši le wa e bona?
ke a yona.
I see this, yes.
Did you conduct cell inspections on that day?
O ile wa go dira mmereko o ka go conducta inspection ka tšatši leo? Yes.
Ngabe ngalelo langa lelo uma ubuka ngaphansi ko-356 no-361 wayayini-ke bona ama-cell ukuthi-ke uyobheka isimo sakhona yebo.
On 356, with whom did you conduct the cell inspections?
356 o dirile le ma inspections?
Ke ile le Sergeant Modau.
I was with Sergeant Modau.
Ngaphansi ko-356 umuntu engangihamba naye-ke ukuyobheka ama-cell kwaku-Sergeant Modau.
And on N3361, with whom did you conduct a cell inspection?
361 o dirile le ma?
Sergeant Modau.
With Sergeant Modau.
Ngaphansi ko-361 futhi ngangihamba naye u-Sergeant Modau.
And can you tell me in brief, what do cell inspections entail?
Jalo di cell inspections di go dira di go ke ga go dira ga eng?
Re ya di-selling, ra checka gore ba gofya ba right na.
We go to the cells to check the condition of the detainees.
Ubuya khona lo maselo ubuya-ke siyobheka-ke isimo seyiboshwa.
Now, ma'am, in brief, without much ado, the reason why we called you here is the following.
Jalo go bileditse se se latelang.
There is accused number 2 in this court, whom we call Mr. Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi.
Go na le go molatofadi wa bobedi mola ke Ntanzi wa molemo wa nkwishisha. Yes, I hear you.
Isizathu-ke sokuthi-ke kafushane nje izathu ukuthi ubizwe-ke lana kunomsola wesibili phambi kwenkantolo uBongani Sandiso Ntanzi.
And on this day, the 7th of February 2021, he had been held at Villeria police station in the cells on and off for a period of over 3-4 months.
Jalo go tloga ka di 7th of February 2021 ena o be a tswaleletswe ko diseleng tsa Valeria go nako e ka bang kgwedi tse pedi.
Manje-ke ebevaleleke noma elapho-ke noma ngalo ilanga leli lange-7 February 2021 police station yaseValeria iy'nyanga ey'ntathu ukuyale kwezine.
Now, there are 2 police officers that are involved in the investigation of the case against Mr. Ntanzi, namely Sergeant Mabena and Mohane.
Jalo gona maponisa a mabedi a nyakisang kgetsi e yana molato ona o tsamaišang le molatofadi wa bobedi e leng Mohane le Mabena.
Namaphoyisa-ke amabili lana-ke
Wakushiya.
wona-ke aphenya indlela-ke ayisebenza ngayo uBongani Ntanzi, uSergeant Mohane noSergeant Mabena.
Do you know those 2 officers?
Sergeant
Mabena and Sergeant Mohane?
Mohane le Mabena a wa ba tseba?
Ke a ba tseba.
Yes, I know them.
Yebo ngiyawazi lawo maphoyisa amabili.
Can you tell the court how do you know them?
O ka re botsa gore ba tseba jwang?
Ke ba tseba ge ba itla ko police station.
I know them when they came to the police station.
Bazi-ke ngenkathi babeza e-police station.
Go tlo bona the suspect Ntanzani.
They came there to come and see accused number 2.
Babeza khona lapho-ke ukuzobona umsolwa wesibili.
How often would you see them coming to the station to see accused number 2, the suspect?
Ba bone makgetlo a makae ga ba be ba tlile kwa go lena ba tlo hlola number 2.
Mo shifting nka bona ga i1.
In the shift I saw them once.
Beshifting-ke mina ngababona ihlandla noma ngababona ihlandla elilodwa uma bezombona umsolwa wesibili.
Now, the essence is this. Both officers say they received information from Villeria that Mr. Ntanzi was in possession of a cell phone in the cells.
Go ya ka se bona ba se tsebang go ba se boletse ba re ba ile ba hwetša number 2 a tshwere cell phone ka motsele.
No, let me correct. They got information.
Ba kreile molaetša wa gore number 2 we are sorry for.
Do you understand that?
Wa nkwishisha.
And that on the day, they then descended upon Villeria police station On the day, on the 7th of February 2021, they went to Valeria police station.
Kalana tšatši la di 2 February ba ile ba ya ko Valeria police station go ya ka bona.
Sorry, on the 7th of February 2021.
Ka di 7th of February.
And when they arrived at Valeria, they introduced themselves, and they were accompanied by 2 officers from Valeria police station to go to the cell where Ntanzi was held.
Ba fitla mo ba ile ba tsebisha gore ke bona bo mang, and then ba ya le maphuisa a mabedi a Valeria kwa di seleng go ya bona number 2.
And when they arrived at the cell, they asked Ntanzi that we hear that you've got a phone on you, produce that phone.
And then ga ba le go seleng ba mmotsa gore a ba bontse phone eo ba kweleng gore o iswere mo gena number 2.
And from the blankets and the mat that was allocated to Mr. Ntanzi, they then found that cell phone.
And then mo di kubong tseo di beng di robala ke number 2 ba ile ba hwetša cell phone mo di kubong tseo.
Now, as a person that visited the cells, and you were, would I be correct that on the day, amongst other people, like you've already stated, you were working with Sergeant Mudau?
Ka tšatši leo magareng ga ba bang ba beng ka reka le bona o mongwe bane ke Mudau. That is correct.
ukuthi-ke kwenzekani ngalelo langa ngobufakazi bakhe-ke usajenti uMokhane ukuthi-ke bathola-ke umbiko noma-ke baphunyana nabo evelele ukuthi-ke umsolwa wesibili wayenemakhalekhukhwini awayenayo kuyena ngalelo langa lelo bahamba-ke baya khona eValeria. Uma befika lapho-ke baphelekezelwa amaphoyisa amabili asevaleria ukuya-ke kwiseleke la umsolwa wesibili wayekhona. Uma befika-ke lapho kuzona-ke iy'ngubo alala ngazo kanye futhi-ke ngaphansi kwawo umathi ila abathola-ke umakhalekhukhwini khona.
Now, for the sake of completeness, Sergeant Mudau has testified in these proceedings in this honorable court.
Jwale ge Mudau o šetše a file bohlatse mo pela kgoro.
Ukwazisana ukuthi uSergeant Mudau usezileke enkantolo ezokuthi nobufakazi.
Now, as a person that was working as a CSC assistant on the day, did you or are you one of the persons that accompanied Sergeant Mabena and Mokhane to Ntanzi's cell phone, where a cell phone was, to the cell where a cell phone was allegedly retrieved from his cell?
Jwale ka ge wena o bole mošomi wa CSC ka tšatši leo ka mantswe a wena o ile wa iša ba babedi ba Mokhane le Mabena wa ba felegetša ko diseleng mo go bolelwang gore go hweditšwe phone? No.
Ingabe wena-ke nanjengomuntu owayesebenza ngalelo langa lelo-ke omunye-ke walabo abahamba naye uSergeant Mabena kanye noSergeant Mokhane ukuya khona-ke amasel la abathi khona-ke bathola umakhalekhukhwini kuyena uNtanzi? Cha.
And like I've already alluded to that, Sergeant Mudau has testified in this court, and I must be fair to you. She also denied that she is one of the persons that accompanied Sergeant Mabena and Sergeant Mokhane to the cells where allegedly a phone was retrieved from the cell of Mr. Ntanzi.
Jwale go ya nneteng go bolela se se diregileng ke gore Mudau o ile a fa botlhatseng. Yena o ile a ganetšana le taba eo ya gore go ile go a iwa diseleng go ba go hwetšwa phone. Le yena o file botlhatsi jwa gore aowa nna a senka ke ba fa.
And if we look, sorry. Okay.
Just know that
Ma'am,
I want to hear.
For the sake of the record does not note body movements. You need to be vocal about your answers.
Wa bona se se direlegang mo gare bolele ka matsogo ba ka molomo ba re bolela ka molomo fe e seng ka hlogo. Jwale wena ga o dira hlogo gore ka se gore o reng bolela ka molomo re ke gore o reng. Ke kwele. Yes, I've heard.
Manje-ke ngitshele ukuthi-ke uSergeant Mudau naye-ke uzilele inkantolo ezokuthola-ke ubufakazi basho-ke naye ukuthi-ke cha yena-ke akasibona-ke omunye wamaphoyisa ahamba-ke nomabhena kanye nomkakhe kuyebo masela abathi bathola khona umakhalekhukhwini ngizwile.
And now, if we look at the SAPS 15, the original, the first document that I handed over to you, like I've said, Sergeant Mudau was the CSC commander, and then she also did inspections, cell inspections with you, according to your evidence, right?
You are 15. Mudau ebele commander ya CSC, and then Lena.
Now, if we look at the SAPS 15, just beneath your name, entry serial number 05, serial number 06, there's a Constable SF Mabila, who also was a CSC assistant. Do you recall working with that officer during your shift?
Mo 06. Khonale e monsajene eo abe a ngodilweng mo SF Mabela a le ana o be a na le lena shifting e one. Yes, he was.
And after that, for completeness sake, ma'am, from entry 7 to 12, those are the people that were not working within the CSC or in the cell complex. Would I be correct?
That's correct.
Now, ma'am, this story of, and I'll say it a story, this story of Mr. Ntanzi having a cell phone in the cells on the 7th of February 2021. Do you know anything about it?
Number 2, we are not phone. I know nothing about it.
athi-ke azofuna lo makhalekhukhwini asithi-ke ngempela watholakala manje-ke kwenziwa kanjani ngaphambi nje kokuthi umakhalekhukhwini loyo aphume kule police station yaseVeleria? Uma ngabe lotholileke kufanele uyobhalwa-ke kuyincwadi zase-police station zaseVeleria ebizwa ngokuthi SAP13.
Re fetsa buka ko SAP13. If you are OB writer, I buka ka mo OB.
If that be the case, and after the booking in of the item in the SAP 13, it must also be noted in the OB book.
Emuva kokuthi sekwenzekile-ke lokho ukuthi ibhalwe kuyona incwadi ebizwa ukuthi SAP 13 kufanele ibhalwe nale incwadi ebizwa ngokuthi-ke yi-OB.
And if iyasepela ka station yajwa sanchu ibukiwe gape out ko SAP 13. If you were OB writer, I book it out, then SAP.
Yeah, and if the item is found and is booked in the SAP 13, and if it's to be moved, taken away from the station, it must be booked out in the same SAP 13 book. Huh? It must be written in, yes, it must be booked out in the OB and
Uma-ke umakhalekhukhwini lowo sekufanele ukuthi-ke uphumeke manje uhambe lapho police station iValeria kuzofanele-ke lo ebhalile-ke kwi-SAP 13 ahambe-ke aye kuyona i-SAP 13 abhale-ke ukuthi iyaphuma nakuyona i-OB kuyobhalwa-ke nakuyona ukuthi-ke iyaphuma.
Okay. And ma'am, you are in possession of an occurrence book right in front of you for the 7th. I'll give you whatever time you need to look into that occurrence book to determine whether or not the same procedure that we say, especially pertaining to the OB, because we are not in possession of the SAP 13 register, whether such an entry is made about a cell phone being obtained from a suspect, especially Mr. Ntanzi, on the 7th of February 2021.
Well, ke tlo go fana go o ka ge o swere o bi mo wena kere o lebele di shiga botse gore a go na le phone e ileng ya tlatswa ka mo ya ba ya ntshiwa ka mo go ba go dira ga jwang mo ka na matšatšing ao re bolelang ka o re tlo go fana go o lebele di shiga ka tlhokomelo. I'm done.
Can you identify such an entry?
Go na le mo go ngwadilweng se seng go ya ka seo re se bolelang mo sa phone. No entry.
Ngizokunikeza isikhathi ukuthi-ke ubhekeke kuyona leyo ncwadi kakhulukazi yona-ke i-OB ngoba asinayo-ke i-SAP 13 ukuthi khona yini-ke okubhaliwe-ke okumayelana nako-ke lokhu esikhuluma ngako ngazo i-7 February 2021 cha akukho.
As the court pleases, my lord. Thank you, ma'am. Those are the aspects that I wanted you to clarify for the honorable court. Thanks for making time, my lord. Thank you so much.
Yeah, in process generation. Okay. Yes, sir.
Thank you, my daughter. I have no questions. Thank you.
No questions. No questions. Any questions?
The court pleases, my lord. We do have questions for this witness.
Okay.
Good day, Sergeant.
Female Sergeant.
Tawela.
Good day.
Ma'am, can you tell the court what is the difference between a cell visit as well as a cell inspection?
Jalo ge re botse go etela di sele le go tlhatlhofa di sele go fapana ka eng?
Cell inspection ke mo lo go tlo tsenywa ka diseleng di bofsha da sechiwa.
Cell inspection is when we go to the cells and the detainees are then searched.
Awukusho-ke umehluko phakathi-ke ukuthi uye uyovakashela-ke uyobona-ke wona-ke amasel nokuthi-ke kuhanjwe-ke kuyohlola phecelezi-ke inspection. Uma ngabe khuluma ngayo-ke i-cell inspection khulunywa ngalapho-ke kuyiwa khona-ke nokuthi laphona-ke iyiboshwa iseshwa khona.
Wa-check-iwa le gore disele di mo conditioning e right na.
And to check whether the cells are in good condition.
Nokubheka-ke ukuthi-ke wona-ke amasel akwisimo ekuyisona noma esifanelekile yini.
Cell visit ke mo go yang the members tsa mo charge office.
Cell visit is when members of the church office
Ba yang ko diseleng
they go to the cells
go checka di bofya gore ke tse kae.
to check how many detainees
Ene
in the cells
a gona bona le di complain.
and whether there are any complaints from any of them.
Ngokuthi-ke uma ngabe sekuthiwa-ke kuyovakashela yona-ke i-cell visit yona-ke ila khona-ke la abasebenza ngaphambili-ke phecelezi kwi-charge office behamba-ke beyabona-ke amasel beyobheka-ke zona-ke iy'boshwa nokuthi-ke futhi akukho yini-ke abakhala ngabo.
So, ma'am, can you tell the court, sorry, Sergeant, can you tell the court on the 7th of February 2021, did you and Sergeant Madao conduct a cell visit or a cell inspection?
Well, 7 February 2021, wena le modau le la dira inspection for the cell visit.
Nale Sergeant Mudauri dirile cell visit.
Myself and Madau did the cell visit.
Manje ke ngazo ngalo ilanga la 7 February 2021 wena noSergeant Mudauri uma ngabe nyela kananiya ngokuyobheka uyosesha noma ukuyohlola methodology inspection noma ke ukuyovakasha nje i-cell visit. Mina ke noSergeant Mudauri sasikele kwakuyona i-cell visit.
And then during the cell visit, will you be able to see a phone that is concealed under blankets?
Jalo khale etela di cell a buka khona go ka bona cell e leng ka tlase ga dikopo buka khona go ka e bona.
Awa.
No.
Manje ke uma ngabe niyileke niyovakashela unabi amaselana uma ungenzeka yini ke ukuthi uma khale ekhukhwini ofihliwe ngaphansi kwezibuko zokulala ukuthi ke ningabona yini? Cha.
And tell the court what exactly happens during a cell inspection. How many members are involved during a cell inspection?
No, cell inspection. Ke ba ba kae ba maphodisa ba dirang mmereko wa cell inspection.
Ka cell inspection ba bitsa di members tse ding on duty. Ba ka bitsa le ba berekela kwa ntle.
Le ba go berekela kwa ntle.
But if ever gona le leader go se chiwe.
If need be, that cells be visited, members of the police officers, even those stationed at the same station, and even if they are not stationed there, they may be called upon to do that inspection.
Uma ngabe kwenziwa yona ke cell inspection noma ke kuyohlolwa ke bona ama-cell ushushe ukwazi-ke ukuthi ke bobani noma ke kuya amalungu amangaki kuya lapho-ke ekuyibonaka abasemsebenzini nalapho-ke okungenzeka ukuthi basebenzela ngaphandle abekho lapho e-police station nabo basengabizwa.
In your experience, have you ever been involved in a cell inspection?
Jalo ka tsebo ya gago wena o ile a amega mo inspectioneng ya cell?
Awa.
No.
Wena ke kwi-speaker onaso-ke usuke waba nanye yini ke iyayo i-cell inspection ukuthi ke kuyohlolwa noma ke kuyoseshwa-ke eselini? Cha.
And then in your line of duty, have you ever heard of any items that were recovered during a cell inspection?
Jalo mo mmerekong wa gago ga o theogetse o ile wa bana le sengwe se se leng sa tlishiwa ba re ba se godise kwa diseleng?
Awa.
No.
Manje usuke waba khona yini okanye waba nanye yini-ke noma uzwe futhi ngokuthi-ke kwi-cell inspection eyenziwe-ke nabo okwatholakala? Cha.
For what purpose are cell inspections done?
Come again?
For what purpose are cell inspections conducted?
Jalo cell inspections e dirwa ka mabaka a mafeng.
Cell inspection e dirwa ka mabaka go checka di cell gore di right le engwe e dirwa ga le gore santse go searchiwe di suspect.
Cell inspections is been done to check the condition of the cells and if necessary the searching of the detainees is also done during the inspection.
Izizathu-ke noma izathu ezenziwa ngaphansi kwayo-ke uma ngabe kufanele kuyoseshwa-ke noma-ke behlolwa-ke kuyona-ke i-cell ukuthi-ke kuyobhekwa-ke isimo-ke sayo i-cell leyo noma i-cell leso kanye futhi-ke nokuthi-ke kuyoseshwa-ke iboshwa.
And during the search, what will be the police looking for exactly?
Ga ba searcha e tla be le ga maphodisa a nyakana le eng gore ba search ke se se tlo ba tla be ba senya
Go checka gore di suspect a dina dilo tse sa tshwareleng go ba gona go tshwana le di-cigarette.
to check whether the detainees have any unneeded things in their possession, for example, cigarettes.
Manje-ke uma ngabe kwenziwa-ke lokho kwenziwa-ke uma ngabe kuyobhekwa noma kuhlolwe-ke ukuthi mhlawumbe isiboshwa noma iboshwa abaphethe yini ekungafanele ukuthi-ke babe nako ukubona ufakazile usebenzisayo wenza-ke isibonelo sogwayi.
And then just take me now to Valeria Police Station. On that SCP-15 document, who was the cell guard of the date in question?
Mo 15 ke mang bengle cell guard chaching leo.
Mo 15 arna cell guard.
There's no cell guard on this document.
Uma ke singaya ke kona iphepha lelo ke ebiza lona ke SCP-15 futhi ubaningi owayebheke phecelezi i-cell guard ngalelo langa eValeria khona lana ke ayikho ke noma ibhaliwe i-cell guard.
Who was responsible for the cells?
Jale ke mang musaramat rap wa di cell. Pora ya be milo go di selling ke.
Ka mo ka ba ne re bereka ko charge office.
All of us who were at the charge office has that responsibility.
Kwakubaningi obhekenye namaseli-ke lapho sonke thina-ke ababesebenza e-charge office ngalo ilanga lelo-ke kwakuwumsebenzi wethu.
Who was giving keys to the cells?
They did go charge office.
They were at the charge office. They were kept there.
So from that document, you cannot tell who was having the physical key.
We do not have the cell keys in our possessions at all times. We keep them in a locker at the church office.
From the charge office to the cell, what is the distance?
It's not very far, it's just at the back of the church. The cells are at the back of the church office.
So are you telling this court that when you are all at the CSC, the cells are at the back of the CSC with no police official in attendance at the cells?
Ko charge office, ko Valeria, arna a permanent member all on cell guard.
At the Valeria police station, we do not have a permanent cell guard.
Can you confirm that in Valeria, at Valeria subs, you do an hourly cell visit, correct?
Hourly cell visit to Valeria. Yes, I do.
And then if someone was to come to this court and say, at Valeria police station, there were nothing like that, what will be your comment? Cell visit.
Cell visit. No, I'll argue with him. It is so, there are such things.
Accused number 2 told this court that the only place or prison where he was visited by members and asked if he had any complaints, it only happened at Ramochana prison as well as Hoshi Mampur. Nothing like that happened at Valeria Police Station. What will be your comment?
Jwale molatofo yo bedi ena o tlo bolela gore lefelo leo a ileng a etelwa ko go lona ke ko Ramotjhana le ko Kgošimampuru. Ga ka ba e o boletse jwalo goba ga ka bolela jwalo wena o reng ka seo? Ga ena ka re botsa gore lefelo le mafelo a ileng a etelwa ko gona ke Ramotjhana le Kgošimampuru fela. Are you still with the issue of cell visit?
That's correct.
Yes. I'll argue with him because at Valeria we do an hourly cell visit.
Uma ngabe ke umsolo wesibili ke ngitshela ukuthi ke umsolo wesibili usitshelele enkantolo ke ukuthi yena ke la khona ebekuthola ke lokho ukuthi ke kuzibeke njalo kusel ukuthi kuzobhekwa namabuzo ukuthi kanjani kusela mshana kanye naseKhoshimamkhulu evelele kwangenziwa lokho ayilapho ke ngimaphikisana ke naye ngoba siyakwenza ke lokho epolice station yasevelele.
Did you personally, during your cell visits, ask accused number 2 if he has any complaints?
Wena ka bo wena ga o etetse di selling a o ile botsa number 2 ga eba o nna le dillo tsa ka dintšha.
Awa.
No.
Wena ke kuwena nje ingabe ke ngesikhathi ke wokuya ngaso ke masel uyovisita noma ke uyovakasha ke wabuza yini umsolo wesibili ukuthi kukhona yini angenyeme ngabo noma akhala ngabo? Cha.
Why not?
Gore o sa khona go ka mmutsi go ya kwa wena go mmutsisha ga eba o na le se a ngongoregang ka sone. On that day I did not ask him.
Kungani ngalelo langa lelo angizange ngimbuze.
I want you to go to that OB book now for the 7th of February 2021.
7th February 2021. Yeah.
Are you on that page?
Yes.
Why is okay. Any visit,
Yeah.
any hour.
Mo na kwa ngwe le engwe ka tsatsing leo. Yes.
Did Sergeant Mudawa ask him if he's got any complaints?
Mo gona le mo Modau mohlomong a ileng a ngola gore o ile mmutsisha number 2 ga eba ona le dilo. Yes, he did.
Kunala khona ke ebonakala khona uma ungabheka lapho ukuthi uSergeant Mudawa wambuza yini ke ngabe khona yini ke akhala ngabo yebo wambuza.
So that was done in your presence.
Leo se diregile wena o le gona. Yes.
Lokho kwenzeka ukhona yebo.
Did he report any complaint to you?
Mjalo o ile a ntsha sello mo go wena.
Awa.
No.
Khona ke akhala ngabo? Cha.
See, we are talking about accused number 2. Do you see him here in court today?
Number 2 re bolela kae? A wa mmona mo kgoro. Yes, I see him.
Sikhuluma ke la ngomsolo wesibili ngabe uyambona yini yebo ngiyambona.
Okay, starting from the right, my right, I'm facing that side, is going to be your left, and that other side. Are you able to see him?
Go tloga ka letsogong la moja go ya kwa ngele wa khona go mmona. Yes.
Isandla sami besanga kwesokudla njengoba ngibheke ngale kodwa kwena kuzoba isandla sakho sifinyelela uyambona yini yebo ngiyambona.
And then look at him again.
Mo lebelela gape.
Is that how you know him from the time he was at the cells?
Ke ka mokgwa mo tsebang a le ka gona go tloga ko diseleng. Go tloga motlhango wa di a be a le seleng. Yes.
Sokumbheke futhi indlela ke leyo amazi ngayo noma ke awaye ngayo ngesikhathi ke obona ke kumasel yebo.
And then in terms of the appearance on his face,
Sefatlego sa
As the
gagwe.
court precedes, my lord, this is very unfair questioning and procedure. We are now conducting a doc identification. The last time the witness saw Mr. Ntanzi was in 2020. People grow up, features change. I don't know how Mr. Ntanzi looked in 2020, nor do I, my learned colleague. This procedure now is very precarious because we are now doing a doc identification via this witness, ex post facto 5 years, 6 years later, my Lord, as the court proceeds.
Yes, sir.
My Lord, I just want the witness to comment on how the accused person looked like at the time he was at the cells from the 2nd of July to the 7th of February 2021 only.
My Lord, we are now going on to the sea on a fishing trawling expedition. What will the relevance of this be, my Lord?
Yes, Mr. Balui.
As the court pleases, my Lord, I will go through this point in a different way. I will show the witness an exhibit, and then I will invite her to comment on it.
What type of exhibit?
It's a photo album, my Lord, prepared. It is photo that was downloaded from the cell phone of accused number 2. That was done by Warrant Officer Ndlovu, DD4B.
Yeah, let's hear Mr. Ramsipilio. What do you say?
My Lord, I don't know what the purpose of this is. That's the first thing, relevance. Secondly, my Lord, this exhibit, DD4B, Mr. Ntanzi says the photos are his, but during the downloading, it changed the date. So the dates that are displayed in the metadata here are not the dates when the photos were actually taken. So that will also be taking us nowhere, my Lord. I don't know really what this exercise is all about. In relation particularly to this witness, she never took any photos. She does not know any photos of Mr. Ntanzi, my Lord. The people that have testified about these photos, Warrant Officer Ndlovu, it's on record. How is this witness going to assist the identification or non-identification of Mr. Ntanzi in relation particularly to the narrow aspect from which she's here to assist the court?
Yeah, okay. The question is disallowed because the witness has already said he recognizes Mr. Ntanzi and he knows him. That's sufficient.
So may I proceed, my Lord?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you just interpret what I said? Can you interpret the interaction between the court as well as Mr. Ramsipilio?
Okay, gona jalo ba ngangišana ka ditshwantšho tseo di leng tša ba gona tšeo ena nyakang go tlo di laetša wena gore motho o le a tšewa ditshwantšho jalo ra moeledi mola o ganetsana le seo mošoši se nyakang go se botšiša jalo kgoro e re awa a kana tšwela pele ka potšišo e.
The question is disallowed, my Lord, or it's allowed?
Disallowed.
Oh, okay.
Inkantolo ithi-ke umbuzo lo umshushisi bezobuza ayivumi-ke ngoba-ke ufakazi uvumile uma ngabe buzwa ukuthi-ke abambuke noma ambheke umntanzi washoyo ukuthi-ke uyamazi manje inkantolo-ke ithi angeke uvumele lo mbuzo loyo noma-ke ukuthi anikeze adlulise ithombe-ke umfakazi ambheke ngoba usevumile ukuthi-ke uyamazi uyena.
Ma'am, do you know where was the accused on the 24th of September 2020?
Ka 24 September 2020 wa tsa gore molatofedi wa bobedi bjale kae? No.
Ngabe uyazi ukuthi-ke uSolo wayekuphi nendawo nge-24 September 2020? Angazi.
Evidence before this court is that the accused on that day was at Valeria cells.
Jalo bohlatsi jo bo leng gona mo pelo a kgoro e gore o ka tšatšing leo o bjale ko Valeria cells. I was not on duty.
Ufakazi-ke phambi kwenkantolo ukuthi-ke wayese-police station yase-Valeria nangingekho mina emsebenzini.
And then do you know where the accused person was on the 12th of November 2020?
Ka di 12 November 2020 gona wa tseba gore molatofedi wa bobedi bjale kae?
Awa aketse.
No, I do not know.
Ngabuyazi ukuthi wayebukhe indawo yini umsola nge-12 November 2020? Angazi.
Evidence before this court is that the accused on that day was at Valeria cells.
Jwale bohlatse jo bo leng gona mo kgorong e gore o beale ko Valeria ko diseleng ka di 12 November 2020. I won't be able to know whether he was there or not because we are working shifts and we change shifts.
Umfakazi-ke ukuthi ngazi 12 November 2020 waye police station seValeria. Angeke ngazi-ke ngoba sisebenza-ke amashift futhi-ke siyawashintsha ukuthi-ke kungenabanye ngesikhathi esithize baphume ngesikhathi esithize bese kungenabanye.
And then evidence before this court is that the only time the accused person left the cells of Valeria is when he has to appear at Boksburg Magistrate Court as well as the court in Tabane.
Jwale ge bohlatse jo bo leng gona gore o be a swantse a tshepong ko Boksburg le ko Tlhabane mo matsatsing ao like for your bobedi. I do not know, I hear you.
Manje lokufakazi-ke phambi kwenkantolo ukuthi-ke iy'nkathi la khona-ke awayengabi khona-ke noma-ke ephuma eValeria kwakunesikhathi-ke kufanele ukuthi aye enkantolo yaseBoksburg naseThabane. Ngiyakuzwa umusho lokho akukho engikwazi.
Now, can you take the court inside the cells of Valeria? How do they look like?
Jwale ge re botse gore disele tsa ko Valeria tsona di jwang.
Disele tsa ko Valeria di na le back door and back door.
Back door. The cells at Valeria has got the back door.
Mo go tsentshwang divorce.
Where there's an entry for the detainees.
Ama-cells-ke ase-Valeria kunesibhakane sangasemuva la khona-ke iboshwa ngena khona.
And gape go na le lebati la o tswa ka mo charge office le re kgona go tsena ka lona ka mo diseleng.
And there's a door from the church office which we may use to get into the cells from the church office.
Nalana-ke uma ngabe uqhamuka-ke e-church office-ke khona-ke nalapha-ke ongena ngaso uma ngabe ufuna noma ukuthi uye kuwona-ke ama-cell.
Just take us inside the cell, the actual cell now.
Tse ka mogare ga cell.
Mo gare ga disele re na le mo go nang le se go diriwang batho ba tlo bonang di-prisoners visit.
And in the cells there's a place where the visitors are kept.
Ngaphakathi uthi-ke kusho ukuthi sicela usithathe usifake ngaphakathi-ke yona sona-ke isele leso ukuthi-ke kunala ehlala khona-ke iy'vakashi abantu noma umuntu ozobona isiboshwa.
And ra ba le kitchen gona ka mo diseleng ka mo morago.
And at the back of the cells there's a kitchen.
Asemuva-ke sona-ke isele kunekhishi.
Just tell the court inside the cell in which Ntanzi was housed, how does it look like?
Sele ka boyona mo molatofodi o bedi a beng a tswaleletswe gona.
Go na le
Cell
ka mo Ntanzi na tswaletswe ka gona go na le first door ya go tsena.
There's a first door to enter.
La ayebhalele khona-ke uNtanzi-ke kunesigaba sokuqala esokungena.
And then go ba le lebati la bobedi la ka mo a robalang ka gona.
And there's another door, the second one, where the detainee, where he sleeps.
Nesibhakane sesibili-ke noma umnyango wesibili-ke la khona isiboshwa silala khona.
And then go na le toilet le shower.
And there's a toilet and a shower.
Kunendawo-ke yangasese-ke phecelezi-ke itoilet-ke kanye futhi-ke nendawo yokugezela ishawa.
And then is there any source of lighting?
Go na le lesedi.
Go na le bona.
Yes, there is light.
And then the walls, are they painted?
Mabota at painting. Yes.
Ngabe-ke amadonga-ke noma-ke ukubonakala lakhona kuphethiwe yini? Yebo.
Do you recall the color of the walls in 2020?
Ka 2020 mmala wa mabota sa go gopola gore o bile mo jang? I cannot recall.
Ngabe usakhumbula-ke ukuthi-ke uqonda lakhona-ke
And then the floor,
mo fatshe
how is the floor?
Ke
Kulwa.
samente. Ke samente.
It's cement.
La phansi-ke usamende.
And then where is the light situated inside the floor?
Le gore mabone ona kae ka mo
Ka mo a
Ka mo
robalang-
gae.
ka mo a robalang ke gona mo go nang le lebone. And then the first door ke mo e leng safe ya go ntsha lesedi ko godimo.
where he sleeps there are lights, and on top there's a key
Ka entrance ya mathomo
at the first entrance
ke safe ko godimo.
There's a
Letsatsi
sip.
la tsena.
where lights can get in.
Uma ungenake lapho esiqala-ke sisapha lesi-ke kunala khona-ke ukuthi ukukhanya ekungena khona.
Thank you, ma'am. And then they are awaiting trial prisoners. Do you assist them to do laundry?
Jwalo ba tshwerweng ba sa emetseng tshepo a bona le ba thusa ka diaparo tsa go tlhatswiwa go se ba ka se berekisang.
Aowa.
No. Laundry.
Manje-ke laba bona-ke basalindele-ke ukuthi-ke amacala abo aqhubeke noma abangekatholi iy'gwebo. Niyabasiza yini-ke ngey'nto zami phecelezi-ke iy'mpahla zami ukuthi zigezwe? Cha.
And then do you assist them to trim their hair as well as beard?
Jwale meriri yona le ba thusa
Oh.
le go shafa diteng.
Aowa.
No.
Ingabe ukuthi-ke babhudeke ekhanda nokuthi-ke futhi-ke bashebeke niyabasiza nangalokho? Cha.
And then during the time accused number 2 was at Valeria Subs, did he receive any visits from members of the family or anyone?
Jwale na ba tuna go a le kwa Valeria a o ile a hwetša batho ba gabo ba beng ba mo etela.
A ke tsebe ka tse dingwe, but while I'm on duty asanka.
I do not know about the other days, but whilst I was on duty, he did not get any visit from outside.
Ingabe-ke kunabantu abeza yini-ke bazomvakashela ngabantu bakubo noma abantu nje bangaphandle ngalesi sikhathi esiveleria angazi-ke ngey'nkathi mina-ke engangasebenzi ngazo kodwa ngalezi nkathi mina engangisebenza cha angamuntu wazomvakashela.
And I want to be fair to you, ma'am. Sergeant Mokhane testified in the court and said that a cell phone was recovered from accused number 2 on the 7th of February 2021. He did not mention the time, as well as whether it was during the morning shift or the evening shift.
Jwale Mokhane o file bohlatse mo gore ka di 7th of February 2021 ka yona nako eo ena ga a bolela gore e bele bošego ga selewe hwetšwa ba mosegare ga a fa nako.
Ke a kwa.
I hear you.
Ngifuna-ke ukuthi ngitshele ukuthi uSergeant Mokhane uthi ufakazile kwenkantolo ukuthi ngempela-ke ngalelo langa baya-ke khona lapho bathola amakhalekhukhwini kodwa-ke akazange asiphe isikhathi ukuthi baya-ke ngesikhathi sasekuseni noma esantambama. Ngiyakuzwa.
And he further testified that after the recovery of the cell phone from accused number 2, he did not book the cell phone in any SAP-13 register of Valeria Subs.
Mokhane o tswetse pele ka go tlhalosa gore ka morago ga ba sena ba hwetša founu eo mo go number 2 ga sanka a engwala felo founu eo cell phone eo. Yes.
Ushilo-ke nokuthi-ke bese utholile-ke umakhalekhukhwini lawo akukho la abawubhala khona noma awubhala khona kuy'ncwadi zaseveleria. Ngiyakuzwa.
What is important is that the cell phone was recovered and the cell phone belongs to accused number 2.
Well,
Were
that's
you
a good
aware,
job.
were you aware of this before I told you?
No, objection, madam. Objection. That's a wrong, it's a wrong supposition, and I think it's because of terminological inexactitudes. The state says what is important is that a cell phone was covered. It's putting that as a matter of fact. That is according to Mokhane. According to Mokhane, a cell phone was covered, and with bills with that phone, with the investigation. So the state shouldn't put it as a matter of fact that a phone was covered there. Hence, I say it could be maybe terminological inexactitude. According to what Mohani told this court, is that the cell phone was covered. That is what this witness needs to be told, not to put it as a matter of effect.
What's your response, Doctor?
My Lord, I do not understand the objection. However, I will rephrase. Ma'am, according to the version of the state, a cell phone was recovered from accused number 2.
Cell phone number 2. I hear you.
And accused number 2 through his counsel indicated that the Samsung J5, it is his cell phone. Belongs to accused number 2.
Samsung J5. 5. I hear that.
As the court places number, that's an incorrect supposition. I've never personally myself or on behalf of Mr. Ntanzi said a cell phone that was obtained by Mohani at Valeria, of which we don't know the chain of evidence belongs to Mr. Ntanzi, because that cell phone is nowhere in the registers to show that.
No, but the point is, physically, does it belong to Mr. Ntanzi? Physically.
He says the cell.
No. Physically, according to you.
Which cell phone?
The one he says it was recovered. Does it?
Let's
put it like this. Does it ever belong to Mr. Ntanzi?
I don't know the one that was obtained from Valeria. I don't know the one that Mohani says obtained from Valeria.
Doctor, they say they don't know where the phone is, which
my Lord, I will
was allegedly in Valeria.
I will find that part of the record where
Yeah, please do, so that we get on with this.
Okay, on page, before we adjourn, my Lord, 15 April 2024, was cross-examination of Mohani.
By
Advocate, it says Advocate Ramosipile, but we know it's Mr. Ramosipile.
Right.
Let me start on line number 3. So, Mr. Advocate Ramosipile, so it is issues of chain of custody, this documentation that records who handled the phone. Court, yes. Advocate Ramosipile, when, where? Court, you are right, it is your client's phone. That is all I want to know, that the very one he says he found there. Advocate Ramosipile, yes, but not in Valeria, the J5, and then intervenes. Court, yeah, fine. Advocate Ramosipile, the Samsung J5 that was downloaded, it is my client's phone. You can adjourn, my Lord.
Okay, yeah, let's adjourn.
Amen.
As the court pleases. Ma'am, I was still asking you regarding the Samsung J4 that, according to the state version, it was recovered on the 7th of February 2021 from the cell of accused number 2.
J5 cell phone or everything number 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I must qualify it according to the state version because that was the bone of the objection by the defense.
Okay.
Thank you. So my question to you is, do you know that a Samsung, according to the version of the state, a J5 was recovered from accused number 2.
Jalo thuso ya ka mo go wena ke gore a wena wa tseba ka phone eo ya J5 Samsung eo e fitlhotsweng mo go number 2.
Awa.
No.
Umbuzo wami kuwena-ke ngabe uyazi yini wena-ke nge-J5 Samsung eyatholakala kumsobo wesibili? Cha.
And then is it correct, ma'am, that on the 7th of February you started your shift from 5:45 in the morning until 1800 p.m., correct?
Go jalo gore wena o theogetse ka bo 5:45 go fitlha ka bo 6 o'clock ya ntshiwa.
Eh.
Yes.
Kuyiqiniso yini ukuthi wena-ke waqala ngo-5:46 ekuseni washayisa ngo-6 ntambama? Yebo.
And then you do not know what time Sergeant Mukhane as well as Sergeant Magdalena visited Valeria Police Station on the 7th of February 2021?
So ga o tsore Mogane le Mabena ba tlile nako mang go ning ko diseleng?
Awa.
No.
Nokuthi futhi awazi ukuthi uMabhena noMukhane bafika ngasiphi isikhathi-ke eValeria? Cha.
And you cannot say with certainty that a phone was never recovered on that day.
So ka se bolele ka bonnete bo tletseng gore phone yo ga ya hwetšiwa tšatši leo.
Eh, a ka e bona.
I did not see it.
Angeke usho nesiqiniseko ukuthi-ke umakhalekhukhwini awuzange utholakale ngalelo langa angizange ngiyibone.
Thank you. Now, I will hand you a copy of Exhibit NN. Can you identify the document?
Tokomane wa e lemoga gore ke?
The OB, occurrence book.
Yes, it's an occurrence book.
Yebo, le people kakhuluma lona-ke i-OB Matekes Police Station.
And then do you recognize the date on the document?
The date?
Yes.
Eh.
Date wa di lemoga tsone?
Eh.
Yes.
Yebo, ne-date futhi-ke ngiyayibona.
Can you place the date on record?
Re botse date yo?
2020, May 31st.
31st May 2020.
I-date was ngaMay ngo-2020.
According to that entry, can you remember if you're on duty or not?
Go ya ka mo go ngwadilwe o sa go playa ba go theogetse kana ke go ba jwa?
Ne ke le on duty.
I was on duty.
Ngabe usakhumbula-ke ngoba leyo date leyo ukuthi wawusemsebenzini noma cha ngangisemsebenzini?
Where were you posted?
Go post look at.
A ke sa gopola.
I cannot remember.
Angisakhumbuli-ke ukuthi ngangisebenzela kuphi noma ngangibekwe kuphi.
Who was your CSC commander for the night? For the
Commander ya
night?
gago ya CSC ke ibele mang?
Captain Ramotata.
Captain Rabotata.
Captain Ramotata-ke ucommander ngalelo langa.
Do you recognize accused number 1 before court?
Number 1.
Accused number 1.
Wa mo lemoga ena wa mo tseba wa mo.
Awa. A ke mo gopole.
I cannot recall him.
Uyabona yini-ke umsolo oqala phambi kwenkondolo? Cha, angikukhumbuli.
Now let us then focus on that OB book. Entry number 2186 at 0100. Do you see that?
Wa bona nomoro ya?
Eh, ke a e bona.
Yes.
Can you place what is written on that entry?
Cell visit.
Cell visit.
Captain Ramotata and Constable Tlhaka found 2 awaiting trials with no complaints.
Captain Ramotata
Ramotata
and Constable Tlhaka.
Constable Tlhaka.
And Constable Shaka.
Uyabuthatha-ke nohlaka-ke babebona-ke abaya-ke kuma-cell beyobheka-ke isimo.
And then the last annotation. There on that entry where it says no complaints, can you just read in full, ma'am?
Cell visit. Captain Ramotata and Constable Tlhaka found 2 awaiting trials with no complaints.
Captain Ramotata-ke kanye nohlaka-ke bathola-ke ababili abasalindele ukuthi-ke kuqhubeke amacala abo kungekho-ke abakhala ngabo noma khonana ngabo.
And in Constable Tlhaka, are they referring to you?
Constable Shaka Barawen.
Evaran.
Yes.
Abakhulunywa ngawe uma kubhalwe Constable Tlhaka, yebo imina.
And then whose signatures are appearing there?
Ke di signature tsa mang di tswela mo?
A ke yone botse mara a se ya Tlhaka.
I cannot see it properly, but it's not one of Chaka.
Signature ke angiboni kahle kodwa ke akusiyona ekahlaka.
Can you explain what have occurred before this entry could have been made?
Jalo pele go diriwa entry e a o ka re botsa gore go diregile eng pele ga
Objection. That calls for speculation. The witness has just indicated that the signature which is there does not denote the Kaka. And the state asks, are you the Kaka that's before court? The witness says, no, that signature does not say Kaka. So the state says then to the witness, can you explain what could have happened? That's speculation.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, are you the Tlhaka that they're referring to in this entry?
kone le tlhaka re bolelang ka wena mo go ya ka se tladitswe mo ye
Ngabe uwena lo Tlhaka obhaliwe lapho? Yebo.
Did you visit the cells at 0100 AM on the 31st of May 2020?
ka yona nako e letsatsi le o ile wa ya ko diseleng wa visita disele
Yes.
yes
Ingabe ke manje ngazo i-31 May 2020 isikhathi ke ngo-0100 wayayini-ke uyobheka noma uyobheka ama-cells? Yebo.
So I want to know what happened during this visit at the cells that led to this writing here.
jalo go diregile eng se se dirile gore go tlatswe se se tladitsweng mo go diregileng ko diseleng
Ka ge cell visit e ngwadiwa awal ke se fetse le Captain Ramothata go yo checka disele.
as the cells are visited all hourly so I found it necessary to go and check the cells
Ingabe kwenzekeni-ke engibuzayo ekukholele ekuthini-ke kubhalwe bona lokho okubhaliwe lapho nanjengoba-ke amaseli kuyibona-ke njalo ngehora ngakhola-ke noma ngabona kuyisidingo-ke ukuthi ngiye khona.
Yes, and then when you get to the cells, what happened?
ga o fitlha ko seleng go direga eng ge
Ga re fitla ko diseleng ka mo mail cells go tsene Captain Ramothata.
in the male cells Rabotata is the one who entered
Masifika-ke kulolu hlangothi-ke nabantu besilisa kwangena uCaptain Ramothata.
Nna ka ema mo main door.
I stood at the main door
Ngema-ke mina-ke ngamakhona-ke isigaba sokungena noma-ke esikhulu.
Yes.
Aba checka a bolela le bona ra tswa
he checked them and spoke to them and we then left the cells
Wase ebabheka-ke wakhuluma nabo sase sihamba.
And then what questions did he pose to them?
dipotso tseo a ileng a bo botsha tsona e be le tse di reng eng
ga ka di kwa ke be ke mo main door.
I could not hear the questions as I was standing at the main door
Manje-ke yimiphi imibuzo abawabuza yona angizange ngiyizwe-ke nanjengoba ngabe kusona-ke isigaba.
Ma'am, have you ever conducted a cell visit yourself?
wena ka bo wena o ile wa etela disele
Eh.
yes
Wena kuwena-ke ngaba wake waya yini-ke kuma-cell visit? Yebo.
And then when you conduct the cell visit, what questions do you put to the prisoners?
ga o ile ko o tlhola disele o ba botsisa eng ba ba swere
Re ba botsisa gore ba right now.
we asked them whether they are okay they are right
Yimiphi-ke imibuzo oyibuzayo-ke uma ngabe ufile lapho sebabuza-ke noma babuza-ke ukuthi bakahle yini.
And then let's proceed to entry 2187 at 0140. And this, still on the same page. Can you place that on record? 0140.
yes I see it
Can you place it on record?
o ka e bala
Sergeant Magola from National Commissioner Office. Case investigation with the following. Muzus Temba Situngu
Sibia.
Sivia. Case number 217 of 3/2019, Tembisa South. Case sub 14156 of 5/2020, sub 14A, Romeo 5086 208, J50 warrant of arrest. No injuries, correctly detained.
okay Let me read it. Okay. It reads this way. Arrest Sergeant Muhula from National Commission Office. Case investigation with the following: Muzi September Sibia, case number 219/03/2019, Tembisa South SAPS 14/156/05/2020, SAP 14 R5086-208, J5 warrant of arrest. J50, sorry. J50 warrant of arrest.
Okay.
Sergeant Muhula, we are in National Commission Office, the court case. Upenyu, olandelayo umuzi September Sibia, inamba letala 21703/2019, Tembisa South, the SAP 14/156/05/2020, SAP 14A, R508-6208, waboshwa-ke ngencwadi ebizwa ngokuthi i-J50. Baqhubeke mabaqhubeka-ke kwi-page elandelayo-ke wayengalimele nokuthi futhi-ke wavalelwa-ke ngendlela ekuyiyona noma wavalelwa kahle.
Thank you, ma'am. And ma'am, who writes on this book?
Kabanga wala mo kupilo.
Go ngwadile OB writer e le gore nka se gore ke mang cause a ka tshwara sub 15.
An OB writer is the one who wrote this. I do not know who it was, as I do not have what? SAP 15.
Umuntu obhala lana-ke uyena-ke ubhala yona-ke i-OB, angeke ngisho-ke ukuthi-ke ubani nanjengoba-ke ngingenayo-ke i-SAP 15.
And then on the next page, it's indicated no injuries.
And then mo go ngwadile gore ga gona dikgobalo ka. Yes.
And then do you know the South African Police Services standing orders when it comes to injuries and detention?
SAP standing orders wa tsoro go direga eng ga go tla mo dikgobalong. Yes.
Ngabe uyazi-ke ukuthi-ke ithini-ke imithetho yesiphoyisa-ke uma ngabe kuzayo-ke ukuboshwa-ke kanye futhi-ke nokulimala yebo.
Do you proceed to detain a suspect if he is presented with injuries?
Jalo ga motho a itla mo go lena a swere a gobedi a le a mamogela? No.
Ngabanye abantu yini-ke nivalele noma nigcine-ke umuntu uma ngabe lethwa kina elimele cha.
And then from this entry 21878040, will you say Moses Temba Sibia was injured when he was brought to the cells?
Jalo go ya ka entry e Sibia on o ra gore o be ya go betsa ga ba tlisha disele. He was not injured.
Ngokwalombhalo-ke ngabe ungathi-ke uMoses Temba Sibia wayelimele yini ngesikhathi-ke lethwa kuma-cells lapha? Cha, wayengalimele.
And then can you tell the court, between the investigating officer as well as the people that are responsible for the cells, let's say the people from the CSC, who is responsible for looking up the accused person?
Jalo go ya ka mokisiso wa molato le ba ba berekang go CSS ke mang a na leng ditshwanelo tsa go tswalelela moswariwa? Mo tswalelwa ke mang?
Go tswalelwa ke reng?
CSC is CSC are the responsible persons to lock up the
manje-ke phakathi-ke komuntu-ke owumphenyi noma komsebenzi nalabo abasebenza lapha e-police station kwe-CSC ubanike unelungelo lokuthi-ke avale isiboshwa ibase-CSC.
And then when the investigators get to the cells with an arrested person, do members of the CSC attend to the processing and detention of the suspect?
Ga motho a nyakisang molato a tlisha motho kwa diseleng a lena ba CSC ke lona le tswelang pele ka processing ya motho.
CSC ko diseleng e khapha batho ba tlisitseng ba tshwereng motho ya diseleng le yena, member of the charge office o ya le bona.
Yes, a member of the charge office will accompany the investigators to the cells.
Uma kuwukuthi-ke laba abaphenyayo noma abaseshayo icala-ke beletha-ke isiboshwa ndaba-ke base-CSC nabo-ke bayahamba noma-ke bayalekelelana ekuthini-ke kubhalwe-ke nokuthi-ke ahambe ayovalelwa-ke. Yebo, uma ngabe bemhambisa-ke laba abaphenye icala bemhambisa bona-ke amasela obase-charge office kufanele-ke ahambe nabo.
And then let me read to you what accused number 1 said before this court under oath. Then you will comment if you agree or you disagree with it.
Number 1 o rileng o tla dumela go ba ganetsana le seo ke tla go balelang so.
Proceedings of the 5th of February 2024 on page 38. Let's start on paragraph 9, Mr. Mngomezulu. All right, just take the court to Valeria police station at the time when you arrived, when you were booked in, where the cell masters attended to your booking in, those people that are assigned to book in, out, the suspects, the cell masters, interpreter. What about them? Sorry, Mr. Mngomezulu. Did they participate in your booking inside the police station? Let me read the last entry. Accused 1, my lord, I did not, I was not part of any of that, or I was not involved in any of that where they did something in my presence. What happened is that I was taken by Mabena from the vehicle, took me straight into the cell and locked me up there.
Go ya ka mokgwa e ngwadilweng ge go thoma mo but all right, just take the court to Valeria police station, Isha Koto police station, ne? At the time when we arrived, when you were booked in, where the cell masters attended to your booking in, those people that are assigned to book in and out the suspect, the cell number. The cell number, cell masters. And then interpreter, what about them? Interpreter, well, sorry, well, Mr. Ngomezulu, did you participate in your booking inside the police station? What booking police station? Accused. How far?
Up until accused.
And my lord, I did not, or I was not part of any of that, or I was not involved in any of those where they did something in my presence. What happened is that I was taken to Mabena, by Mabena from the vehicle and took me straight into the cell and took me up there and locked me up there.
Accused number 1. Transito in Valeria station.
What I can say is that accused number 1 is a transito at Valeria police station.
Lana umshushisi ukuza-ke ubufakazi ukuthi-ke lana umntu February 2024 wayebuza khona-ke imibuzo umsolo wokuqala ukuthi-ke konke-ke kwenziwa laphayana wabhalwa-ke encwadini wase uyahanjiswa-ke uyo emaseleni. Uma iphendula umsolo wokuqala wathi cha ngangasiyona ingxenye yabo konke lokho ukuthi kubhalwe akuzange kwenziwe lokho. Umabhena wangikhipha emotweni wangihambisa-ke wangisa kuwona amasele. Uma iphendula ufakazi ukuthi-ke umsolo wokuqala-ke kwakuyisiposhwa-ke esasingagciniwe noma esasingahlezi-ke lapho eVeleriya.
Ba mo bookile jwalo ka transito in, meaning
We booked him in as transito, yeah?
in, meaning ba ka se fetele diseleng ntle le member of the charge office. Le go mo
Which means they
tsentšha mo-
won't proceed to the cells without the cell. Ma?
go mo tsentšha mo dibukeng le go tsamaya le member of the charge office to the cells as re sena a permanent member wa dulang ko diseleng.
As we do not have a permanent member who is always at the cells,
Okusho-ke ukuthi abangeke bamthathe bamhambise baye naye-ke ngasemuva emaseleni engekho umuntu-ke walapho eVeleriya osebenza noma wase-charge office nanjengoba sasingenaye umuntu ohlezi ekhona lapho kumasele.
Is that all, ma'am?
Eh,
yes.
So do you agree with what he says on that record?
Dumela, this is asebelelang mo.
awa ke a gana.
No,
Lapho-ke ngabe uyavumelana yini
I
nalokho
do not
akushoyo
agree.
lapho kwimpendulo yakhe?
I do not
Cha.
agree.
Just interpret again, ma'am. Say. You were speaking the same time as Mr. Jonas.
Oh, okay. No, I did not agree. That's the answer.
Okay, thank you. And then you said the person that writes on the OB book is the CSC scriber, correct?
Work scribe wa CSC
Eh, ke
wa
yena
tlatsang mo.
ke yena ne a ngola OB.
Yes, he was the one who filled in the OB.
Yebo-ke lona-ke okuyena ubhalayo wase-CSC uyena owayebhala le ncwadi-ke ebizwa ngokuthi-ke yi-OB.
And then is it the same person that made the entry number 2186 at 0100?
Ke yana o a tladitseng this entry.
Eh, ke yena.
Yes.
Uyena-ke nalo owayebhala laphayana-ke ku-2186 esikhathini ku-0100 yebo uyena.
Now, let's then revisit the record of the 28th of October 2025, accused number 1. Okay. No, I'll give you the record, ma'am. I'll give you the record. And then from paragraph 10, it says, okay, let me start from paragraph 5. So that we don't get lost. Mr. Baloi, all right, if we can get back to exhibit NN, there's an entry to 187 at 0140. This is on Sunday, 31 May 2020. You see the date there at top. It says the day of the week date. So Sunday, 31 May 2020. And the serial number is 2187 times 0140. The note reads as follows, transitioning. It says arrest, and there is a cell phone number of Sergeant Mahula. It says Sergeant Mahula from National Commissioner's Office, Cold Case Investigation Unit with the following: Moses Temba Sibia, case 217 of 3/2019, Tembisa South. It says SAP 14 155 2020. It says SAP 14A R508 6208, the J50 warrant of arrest, and it proceeds on the following page: no injuries, correctly detained. And then this is the part where I want you to comment. Accused 1. Now it is accused speaking. It is Mahula who wrote here, I do not know my time of arrest or when I was detained at Valeria. Mahula is the one that wrote in all this, my details and everything. By the J50 warrant of arrest, I've never seen it. And let me finish. And on page 14, he wrote on her own that I did not have any injuries. I was injured.
Where were you?
Let me help you.
I must tell you. You read too long for me, so I cannot explain everything what you have said because it's too lengthy. You can't expect me to say whatever you have said. Mr. Okay. From here. You buy. Yeah.
Start from Mr. Baloyi.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Baloyi, paragraph 5. All right, if we can then get back to exhibit NN, there is entry 2187 at 0140. This is on Sunday, 31st May 2020. You see the date there at the top. It says the day of the week and date. So it's Sunday, 31st May 2020, and the serial number, it is 2187. The time 0140. The note read as follows. Transition. It says arrest, and there is a cell phone number of Sergeant Mokola. It says Sergeant Mokola from National Commissioner's Office Cold Case Investigating Unit with the following. Moses Temba Sevilla, case 217/3/2019, Tembisa South. It says sub 14/15/5/2020. It says sub 14A R5086208. The J5th warrant of arrest. And it proceeds on the following page. No injuries correctly detained. Accused number 1. It is Mokola who wrote here, and I do not know my time of arrest or when I was detained at Valeria. Mokola is the one that wrote in all this, my details and everything, but the J5th warrant of arrest, I have never seen it. And he wrote on that I did not have any injuries, I was injured.
Your question?
Sergeant Mukula obuya National Commissioner's Office Cold Case Openya Yoge Umuzi Stemba Sibia case 217/2019 Tembisa South Iti SAP 14-155/2020 SAP 14A R5086208 bese iyasho ukuthi ne J50 incwadi ke yoboshwa iyaqhubeka ke amapage alandelayo ukuthi ke wayengalimele futhi nokuthi ke wavalelwa ngendlela noma kahle usolo loqala mayiphendula ke wathi umukhula owabhala lapho angisazi ke mina ke nesikhathi sami sokuboshwa noma ukuthi ke ngavalelwa nini eValeria umukhula uyena ke owabhala ukona konke lokho imininingwane yami kanye nayo yonke into kodwa ke incwadi leyoboshwa ke ukuthi J50 angikaze ngayibona mina ende uyena ke owayibhalela lapho nokuthi ke ngangilimele.
Okay, 2 questions from that. Did Sergeant Mokola write that entry?
Yeah, Sergeant Mokola yona putse italang tosati yana ataditseng amadilemo.
Awa.
No.
Imibuzo ke landelayo lapho ngabe uMokola uyena owabhala lapho cha asiyena.
And then the next page where it's written without injuries, is it Mokola who wrote there?
Mo ngodileng gore ntle di gobalo a ke Mokola ngodileng mo?
Awa.
No.
Nala ekubhalwe khona ukuthi wayengalimele kwabhalwa uMokola cha.
And then the person who was busy detaining the suspect, does he ask the person to be detained whether they've got injuries or not?
Yes, they do.
And then do they also check for injuries?
Maraba check Yes, they do.
Thank you. Now let's proceed to the entry 2188. Yes. Can you place that on record? Do you have 2188? Yes. Do you have it?
Yeah.
Okay, can you place it on record?
2188-0200 cell visit. Captain Ramotata and Constable Thaka found 3 awaiting trials without complaints.
Thank you. And during this cell visit, did you personally go to the cells with Captain Ramotata?
Captain Ramatata go to selling cases live. Yeah.
Do you confirm what is written on this entry that they went without any complaints?
Yeah.
There was an issue in court when this entry was read into the record whether the 3 awaiting trials at that time included the accused before court. Can you just look at what is written at entry 218601 and check how many awaiting trials were there?
Yeah, there were 2 awaiting trials.
So after the arrest at 0140, what was the total?
There were then 3.
Does that then include accused number 1 before court?
Yeah, currently number 1. Yeah.
And then can you tell the court, ma'am, when you do these hourly cell visits, do you do that in pairs or you do it individually?
In pairs.
Okay. Let's go to the record of 5 February 2024 and hear what the accused says on page 39. Let's start from line number 1. I'll try to be short. And this was the question by Mr. Mgomezulu. I understand you said you did not see or you did not interact with the cell masters, but was there any person when you were booked in that cell who asked you whether you were assaulted or not? I'll stop here.
for botšišo dipotšišo go ba go na le for number one.
Okay.
Yeah?
lana-ke ngizofundela kusoka ka-5 February 2024 bebuza khona-ke umsolwa umnumzana uMngomezulu. Ngiyakuzwa-ke ukuthi-ke kulama-cellmaster noma labo abahlala lapho-ke ukuthi-ke bona-ke uthini-ke ngapho kodwa ngabe wayekhona yini umuntu owabuza lapho ukuthi washaywa noma cha?
You had any medical problems, any injuries, any attention of medical doctor? Is there any person who was concerned about your medical condition?
Go le go botša dipotšišo gore o na le kalafi tse di na leng tsona goba ga e ba go na le o mongwe a ileng a go botšišološa ka bophelo jwa gago, medical condition.
Okay.
Yes.
Nokuthi-ke futhi ngabe wayekhona yini umuntu owayenendaba noma owayenakileke ukuthi akuzeke ngesimo sakho ukuthi khona yini limele ngabe ufisa ukubonana nodokotela noma cha?
And then this is what accused number 1 says. The person that came, my lord, although the person never asked me in the manner in which you are now asking me.
Number 1 ya motho o be a sa mpotšiše ka mokgwa o wena o mpotšišang ka go.
Impendulo-ke emsolo wokuqala yathi-ke umuntu oweza ngosenkantolo nanoma-ke engazange angibuze ngendlela wena ongibuza ngayo.
Is the person that came in the morning and asked me if I was okay?
Go tlile motho a ileng a tla goseng a mmotša gore a o siame na.
Umuntu-ke oweza-ke ekuseni wangibuza ukuthi ngikahle yini.
So, ma'am, from that OB book, from the time he was detained to the time you changed shifts, how many visits were there?
Jala go ya ka OB go na le le ba etetšega kae?
Cell visit mortgage for after you were detained.
After he was detained, there are 4 cell visits.
Emuva kokuthi-ke waboshwa-ke ukuthi-ke liwele khona ama-cell kuyobhekwa-ke isimo noma ke cell visit kwakwamahlandla amane.
Is it then correct that only a person only came there to check if he was okay in the morning?
Go jalo gore motho o tlile fo a ba botša fela mo mesong gore ba siame.
Oh.
No.
Ngabe-ke kuyikona-ke ukuthi-ke umuntu-ke oweza-ke ekuseni noma umuntu oyedwa oweza ekuseni ezombheka ukuthi ukahle yini cha.
And then accused number 1 continues, I then said that I was assaulted, wanted to know who assaulted me, and then said the police officers who brought me here. That person then said, but I did not see those police officers.
Number 1 ena ba araba ka gore ke ile ka bethiwa ke betwa ke mapodisi le ba ba kae ara singa ke ba bona gore ke ba ba kae. Okay.
Wabuzwa-ke ukuthi noma-ke washo ukuthi washaywa uzwa ukuthi ushaywa ubani washo ukuthi amaphoyisa ayemlethile umuntu loyo-ke wamtshela ukuthi cha la maphoyisa akhuluma ngawo angiwaboni la.
Do you recall this incident?
Well, you were hopeful.
Oh.
No.
Ngabe-ke lesihlalo lesi uyasikhumbula yini cha?
Did it happen?
Go diregile jwalo?
Oh, I get it.
No, I do not know.
Ngabe kwenzeka ngaleyo ndaba yini cha angazi.
What does the standing order say if a prisoner reports an assault to a police officer in the cells?
Kala ga standing order e reng ga e dira jwang go ba e reng ga motho a reporta gore o betile ko seleng.
Go na le procedure e jiwang.
There's a certain procedure to be followed.
Kwenzekani-ke uma ngabe isiboshwa-ke sisho ukuthi-ke sishayiwe-ke kukhona-ke inkomo-ke elandelwayo.
And what is the procedure?
Procedure.
Sanjwa check babije iwe for medical attention.
What is it?
Obele medical attention.
There must be medical attention.
Kufanele-ke abhekwe-ke noma-ke anakwele nokuthi-ke mhlawumbe ahlanganele nodokotela noma-ke emtholampilo.
Is there an entry for medical attention on the 31st of May, 2020?
No, 31st of May, go ile go bana le medical check. 1 May.
Oh.
No.
So what happens to a police officer who has knowledge that a suspect was assaulted and then that police officer does not take any action?
jalo go diregang ka lephuisa leo le tsebang gore motho o betlile go bona dikgobalo ga sa dire matsapa go direga yang ka lephuisa le?
Ewe imatsogong a station commander.
Those are the station commanders.
Ingabe yokwenzekani ke kwiphoyisa elithi ke litsheliwe umsolwayo ukuthi ke lishayiwele noma limeleke lingenzi lutho ngaloko lokho kuba ke semahlambeke akhe u-station commander.
And then let's see what happens now at entry 2189 at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes, please, that on record, ma'am.
Entry 2189, 3 o'clock, cell visit, Constable Pule and Constable Shaka found 3 awaiting trials without complaints.
2189, lana ke isikhathi ukuthi uconstable uShaka
Lipule. Bathola ke
iboshwa ezintathu ke ezazibhaleke lapho ungekho ezazikhala ngakho.
And then when you say no complaints, what do you mean?
How are no complaints?
Azanga ba re botsa re bana le bothata.
They did not tell us or complain in any manner.
Akukho ke abakusho bekuthina ke ukuthi ke bakuyinkinga noma ababekhala ngakho.
You know, ma'am, the reason why I keep on repeating this without complaints is that before this court, I know you might not know, accused number 1 told this court that he was assaulted at first in Tembisa by several police officers.
Number 1, I hear you.
Ngaphandle kokhala phecelezi ke without complaints ingoba ke phamba lenkantolo umsolo wokuqala watshela inkantolo ke ukuthi ke washaywa ke oqala amaphoyisa amaningi eThembisa.
He further informed the court that he was assaulted by several police officers at Foslores.
And we will go to I hear that.
And then lastly, he was assaulted by the same police officers in Deep Kloof police station.
The number police are met go for Soros. One met to go Deep Kloof police station.
Okay.
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 And then I see there at 0300, he said he was without any complaints.
Mara complaint. When we visited him, he did not lodge any complaint.
And then let's move to entry number 2190 at 0400.
Yes.
Yes, please, that on record.
2190 0400 cell visit, Captain Ramotata and Constable Lipule found 3 awaiting trials without complaints.
Thank you. And then, were you part of this cell visit?
No.
And let's deal with the last entry, 2191 at 0500.
2191 0500 cell visit, Captain Ramotata and Sergeant Sekhovela found 3 awaiting trials without complaints.
Thank you. And then Captain Ramotata is the same captain that you did the cell visit at 0200.
Again.
Yes.
Captain Ramotata lo baliwe lapho yilo wena ke obuye naye ku Marcel isikhathi ke ku2 yebo.
Okay, we're done with this part, ma'am. Yeah. Let's look at entry at 0955 by the station commander. Yeah. I'm sure if you'd be able to see the handwriting there. 31st of May 2020 055 0955.
What is the serial number?
It's not visible. Let me show you my photos. Yes. Do you see that entry?
Where?
Yes. And then do you know Colonel Toka?
Colonel Toka. Yes.
Who is he?
The station commander sa Valeria.
It's Valeria station commander.
Station commander sa Valeria.
And then he did a station visit there. Are you able to place what's written there on record?
It's not very clear.
Okay, station visit Colonel Toka, be relief on duty as per SAP 15. Are you following?
Yes.
3 awaiting trial.
Yes.
The CSC was clean and neat.
And then CSC yes.
No document to be registered. Docket to be registered.
Yes.
And no outstanding complaints.
Yes.
Station commander walileke wathola CSC ihlanzekile wathola abalisa noma ibosha ezintathu-ke futhi-ke akukho okunye bakhala ngakho ngakho futhi-ke nedokodo bakufanele ukuthi-ke kube nokwenzekayo noma kwenziwayo kulona.
You were already off duty when this entry was made, correct?
Yes.
So tell me, at Valeria, are the members of the investigating team allowed to remove the keys to the cells outside the police station?
Valeria, bana le tla ya go ka tlosa di key ba tsona go ntle ga police station the key cells
keys to the cells is
no
ngabe-ke awusholo ukuthi-ke abaseshi noma-ke abaphenyi becala bavumelekile yini ukuthi evelele bathathe iy'khiya zakumasele-ke baphume nazo ngaphandle police station cha.
And I want to then refer you to the proceedings of the 6th of February 2024 on page 52. Mr. Sibanda, I was asking questions. Those people that you were traveling with, were they also keeping the key to the cell?
Lana-ke umntwana uSibanda wayibuza-ke imibuzo ukuthi-ke abantu labo owawuhamba nabo ingabe-ke iy'khiye zakumasela babeyigcina yini noma behamba nazo yini?
And then accused number 1, okay, responded now. That's when I will invite you to comment. I do not know, but I will see them in possession of the keys. And I asked, who specifically?
Well, okay, or key. Man or key.
Ukuthi le elandelayo ke impendulo yakhe yomsolo wokuqala ukuthi ngingavamiseke ukuthi ngibaboneke beangazi kodwa ngavamisa ukuthi ngibaboneke bephethe ikhiya kwase kushishise kuzayo ukuthi ngibani.
And accused number 1, Mabena Mohane, they are the people that most of the time will be looking me up.
Number 1 ebe are Mohane le Mabena. Ke bona batho ba gantšintši le go ba motswalele.
Aphendule umsolo wokuqala ke athi ke uMabena noMohane ibona abantu ababevamise ukungivalela.
So my question to you, did this happen during your shift?
Kalo putso gore kana ko ne o thogetše sa seo se diregetse na? No.
Manje umbuzo ke ilona ke ngesikhathi wena ke osemsebenzini neshift yakho kwenzeka yini lokho? Cha.
Is anyone permitted to take the keys of the cells outside the police station?
Ga gona le a dumelelwang go ka tšea dikitša disele a tswela le tsona ko gantle ga police station? No.
Nomuntu ovunyelwayo yini noma uvumelekile ukuthi kathathe ikhiya zalapho police station zakumasela aphume nazo ngaphandle? Cha.
Is Mabena and Mohane, are Mabena and Mohane permitted to lock up accused number 1?
Jwale Mohane le Mabena ba ile ba dumelelwa go tswalela number 1 na?
Ba motswalla le member of the charge office?
Yes, only in the company of the member of the charge office.
Ngabe uMabena noMohane bavumelekile yini ukuthi bahambe bayovalela umsolo wokuqala manje behamba nelunga noma ke umuntu osebenza e-charge office?
Members of the investigating team responsible for allocating a cell to a suspect or a prisoner?
Jalo ge ba ba nyadiša melato ba letella go ka
to allocate cells.
Go lokiša disele tša go fa batho disele.
Is there like a member of the charge office?
No, only the member of the charge office do that.
Bavumelekile yini ke labo bethimba eliphenyayo ukuthi ke banike bathi ke lesi sele ke lesi esiwashe sohlala sona cha lokho kwenziwa ke umuntu osebenza e-charge office.
And then you indicated that the people that accompanies the investigating team to the cells is a member of the CSC, correct?
Akere o boletše gore bao ba yang le monyakišišo molato ko tseleng ke ba wa CSC.
Ingabushilo yini ke ukuthi ke labo abaphenyayo ke mangabe beya emaseleni ke bahamba nomuntu wase-CSC? Yebo.
Do they via the CSC before they could go to the cells?
Ba feta ko CSC pele ba ya ko diseleng. When a motor vehicle got a detainee, we open the gate using the remote. The motor vehicle entered to the back.
Thank you. Now, let us go back now to the incident of the 7th of February 2021.
7th February 2021.
Yes. Do you know the last time a cell inspection was conducted before the 7th of February 2021?
February 2021.
For accused number 2.
For number 2.
Cell visit or
cell inspection?
Inspection. No, I cannot remember.
Just in conclusion, I want to understand this way. Is there a difference between cell inspection as well as a cell search?
Cell search, the cell investigation,
cell inspection, inspector or the cell in more good condition.
Yes, slightly so. Cell inspection is when the cells are checked whether they are in good condition.
And then cell search ke nako le gore go yo go searchiwa dibofe.
Cell search is when they go to the cells to search the detainees.
Yebo umahluko ukhona ke uma ngabe kukhulunywa ke le cell inspection ukuthi ke kuyohlolwa ke kanye nefuthi ke ne cell search uma ngabe sekuyosearchwa ke inspection ke la kuyobhekwa isimo ke sangaphakathi noma salo ukuthi sinjani noma sikahle yini makhunju ukukhulunywa ke ngokusearcha ilapho ke khona ke kuyosearchwa iziboshwa zona.
And then prior to the 7th of February 2021, do you know when was the last cell search conducted?
Pele ga di 7th February 2021 wa tsore clowning la mafelelo ga go bo go diriwa cell search.
A ke go pone.
No, I cannot remember.
Ngaphambi kwe-7th of February 2021 kuyakhumbula yini ikhanda lokuthina ekwakusearchwa ngalo ke emaseleni cha angikhumbuli.
Tell me, these cell searches, are they done at random or there's a date where a cell search is conducted?
Di dirwa nako nngwe le nngwe di cell search go ba go nna le date eo e dirwa.
A gona date nako nngwe le nngwe.
Anytime the cell search is conducted.
Akuna langade noma ke i-date nama kuyinike mangabe kuthiwa kuyosearchwa ke kuyenziwa ke lokho.
You further testified that you know Sergeant Mokhane as well as the late Sergeant Mabena, correct?
Akaro re Mokhane le Mabena, Mabena o ba tseba. Yeah.
Angithi ushilo ke ufakazi bakho ukuthi uSergeant Mokhane noma sekho uSergeant Mabena yabazi yebo.
And then you said you will see them during your shift?
Kana bona o theoreting go bona ba bona.
Ge ke le on duty tsa ke le ba ka tlang ke le go.
Yes, when I'm on duty, should they then come in my during my shift? Yes, I'll see.
And then
uma kwakwenzeka ukuthi ke bese ngelanga engasemsebenzini ngalo yebo ngakubona.
How long is your day shift?
Day shift kana ke na kodai.
12 hours.
12 hours.
Uma ngisebenza ke ngisebenza emini amahola ke ayishumi nambili i-day shift 12 hours.
And then in any given date, for how long will you say Mokhane and Mabena were at the police station? In that 12-hour shift?
Baba Vidba, one of the police station, Mabena le Mokhane.
I
cannot remember.
And they have to show that
will you say they spend the duration of your shift for 12 hours at Valeria police station?
I ka ba ile gore wa khona gore ba ka dula ba ka ba gona mo police station ya Valeria for shift ya ga ka mo 12 hours. No.
Ngathi ke uma bese police station se Valeria ba betitha isikhathi lapho sala mahora awu-12 owasebenza cha.
And then your day shift, how many days was it?
Ma tjama kai how did day shift? 2 days.
Amalanga lo osebenza ngawo emini because day shift omalanga mangaki amabili.
Is there any stage from the 2nd of July to the 7th of February 2021 where Sergeant Mokhane and Mabena were there for 12 hours, first day of the shift, 12 hours, second day of the shift?
Baba Vidiba Mokhane le Mabena ba ile ba ba gona mo kana go wena o be mo theoretic mo shifting ya ga mosega ma I cannot remember.
Nasho iningi ukuthuswa ngazo i7 kuJuly 2020 lokutala nge7 uFebruary 2021 unala khona ke uMabena noMokhane ngesikhathi ke osemsebenzini beshift yakho la abakhutha khona ke amahora ayishumi nambili eVelele police station and Umbudu.
And then during your night shift 2 days as well, correct?
Night shift le na ke 2 days.
Yes. Noma usebenza ebusuku nalapha amalanga amabili andiki night shift yebo.
Will you see them during your night shift?
Mo busigong ga ba reka busigo ba ba bona. If they came, I will see them.
Uma ngabe usebenza ebusuku wabona yini yebo uma kuwukuthi babezile noma babengazobabona.
Were they there for the duration of the 12-hour shift?
Abanye ba ba khona ge mo di shifting je 2 hours. I cannot remember.
Okay. Was accused number 2 on any given date where he was not booked out for court, there for the duration of your shift for 12 hours inside the cells?
Number 2, gabe e a sa tla court mo nakong ya gago e wena o theretše o bo kgona go ka go ba mo ena o ba kgona go ka ba mo tshwaro ka mo shifting tša gago a ka ba a le gona nna ga a sa tišwe ntle le gore a tišwe
a le gona ko diseleng
ingabe lolonzela yini ukuthi ke uma usemsebenzini ke ngesikhathi ke zamahola akho noma ishift yakho uma kuwukuthi ke akayile enkantolo umsolo wesibili ukuthi ke abe khona lapho epolice station esedeleleya onke lawo mahola awu-12 yebo.
And it's also correct now in conclusion that whenever he wants to be booked for court, it will be written in the OB book, correct?
OB book na tla tswa ka na ga bo court.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ukuthi ke uma ngabe wayenkantolo wayebhala incwadi le ebizwa ngoba yi-OB yebo.
That is all, my lord.
Yeah. Examination.
As the court persists, my lord. Now, ma'am, I'm going to ask you a few clarification questions based on the questions that you've been taken through by my learned colleague now. Now, you were asked to describe the cells at the holding cells at Valeria SAPS and its fixtures, what it contains. Remember that? Are there electrical plugs and electrical sockets within the cell, holding cell itself?
No.
Are there any spaces within the cells where an object like a cell phone may be concealed for long periods?
Well, I'm a fellow out Mutaka Honang who does say, Kamaraka said, good at cell phone, Kamaraka said. When I let much in an hour. No.
And regarding, are there plumbing fixtures, basins and toilets within the cells? And describe those. Will they have spaces, nooks and crannies where an item like a cell phone will be concealed in the basin or in the toilet itself?
Well, on a toileting, Loganamo was happy along move. Our Rokanalemo, Gavan Kubule, Lemo Takafanang, Ukauta Sele, cell phone mo. No.
Now, you were also asked about the cell searches. Remember that?
Yes.
How often, in your experience, are the cell searches conducted?
It depends on the handing over. Cannot searching the cell.
It depends. When there's a handover, it can be said, okay, let's search the cells.
Within the 4 or 5 months that Mr. Ntanzi was held in detention at Valeria, would a cell search have been conducted within that period?
Number 2.
a ke gopone.
I cannot remember.
kule nyanga-ke ezine kuya kwey'nhlanu umntanzi-ke elapha eVeleria ngabe-ke iseseshi-ke uyakhumbula inyaka eyenzeka angikhumbuli.
Now let's move to a different aspect. It was put to you that Sergeant Mohane says he found a cell phone within the cell that was holding Mr. Ntanzi. Remember that?
O ile a tla ke putsiso ya ga gore mogane o ile a bolela ka cell phone e leng a ipotsa mo gona batho wa gopola se. Yes.
Uyakhumbula kubuziwe-ke ngokuthi-ke umnumzane uMohane ushilo ukuthi-ke wathola umakhalekhukhwini kwisebe sikaNtanzi. Yebo.
Now I must be fair to you, ma'am. Your station commander, Lieutenant Colonel Tuka, Captain Motsweni, who was the relief commander on the day, on the 7th of February 2021, they've testified in this court, and they have both told this honorable court that as high-ranking officials within that station, they did not receive any report from any member at the Valeria police station that on that day, the 7th of February 2021, the cell phone was found or seized from Mr. Ntanzi.
O bona Thupa le Motsweni ba ile ba fa bohlatsi mo ka di-7 ba bolela gore from ka nako ga gona report kgotsa se ba ileng ba se botsa ke di-member tsa mapodisi gore go ile ga kgwetswa cell phone mo number 2 ba boletse jalo gore ga gona report e tshwana le eo ba ileng ba ya amogela.
Okay.
Okay.
Lana-ke uthuka-ke kanye naye uMthweni batshela nenkosi enkantolo ukuthi bona-ke abazange batshele umuntu-ke ukuthi-ke ngazo i-7 leziyana zikaFebruary 2021 ukuthi-ke umakhalekhukhwini owatholakala kuyena uNtanzi. Okay.
And regarding cell searches, inspections, and visits, you were asked of the items that are usually prohibited. You check for cigarettes. Remember that?
Ule botsiswa ka dilo tse di ka dirang gore cell search e dire go searching di-celle go lebelela dilo tse di sa dumelelwang go tshwana le bo di-sekarete wa gopola gore puso ile ya go tlela.
Ke a gopola.
Uyakhumbula-ke ukuzwa-ke ngezinto ey'ngavumelekileke kwenziwa isibonelo ukukhuluma-ke ngogwayi. Yebo, ngiyakhumbula.
And items, for example, ma'am, like weapons, knives, nail clippers, cell phones, will they also be considered contraband or prohibited items within the cells?
Dilo tsa go tshwana le bo dithipa le tse ding bo di-cell phone le di-nail clipper ke tse ding tsa dilo tseo di ganetswang go ba gona ko diseleng. Yes.
Ezinye-ke zezinto-ke ey'fana nommese-ke umakhalekhukhwini ama-nail clipper ukuthi izinto nje lezo-ke nazo-ke ezinye zezinto ey'ngavumelekile yini ngaphakathi. Yebo.
Let's move to a different aspect, ma'am. It was put to you that Sergeant Mohane says that when he found a cell phone on the person of Ntanzi or the property of Ntanzi, which are the blankets allocated by the state, he stated that he did not enter that cell phone in the registers. Remember that?
Yeah, ka putsiso e ba go tsiswa gore ka tabe ya gore ba phoditse cell phone mo tlase ga dikobo tsa number 2 o boletse gore ga se nka ngwadiselo tsa go tshwana le tseo sa go polase.
Ke a gopola.
I remember that.
Ngiyakhumbula-ke ukuzwa-ke ngokuthi-ke uMohane wakusho-ke ukuthi ngesikhathi-ke ethola bona umakhalekhukhwini loyo-ke athi wawuthola kuyena uNtanzi ukuthi akazange awubhale encwadini. Yebo.
Now, ma'am, is it permissible under standing orders, directives, and regulations for a police officer to seize an item of evidence from a suspect at the holding cells and not enter it into the official registers at the police station where it is allegedly obtained?
Go jwalo na e ka molao wa dumela na gore motho wa leponisa o ka hwetšang selo mo go motho ya sore gore a kana a se bolele selo ka sone o kgonagalo eo a e gona?
Go kgonagala?
No, highly improbable.
Kuvumelekile yini-ke noma kusemthethweni yini-ke ngoba sesiphoyiseni ukuthi-ke uma ngabe iphoyisa litholeke lokho elithi litholile umsolwa ukuthi-ke lingahambi-ke kuyobhala-ke ey'ncwadini zalapho e-police station. Cha, akuvumelekile.
And ma'am, if such an object or item is seized and obtained without being entered into the relevant official registers at the SAPS. What consequences does that have on the chain of custody of that item as a piece of evidence?
No, my lord. Objection. These issues did not come out as a result of cross-examination, my lord, and I do not recall asking the witness about chain of custody. Even the earlier question wherein I said it was Mokhane did not enter the exhibit into the SAP13, I did not touch those aspects, my lord.
Let me respond to the latter one, and I'll withdraw this one of chain of custody. The one whether Mokhane said, I did not enter the phone into the register. I wrote it even in my contemporaneous notes. It was the question that was posed, but ma'am, let's not waste time. These are matters of argument. Now, let me come to this side now. When Mokhane and Mabena, as police officers that are investigating, they are not based at Valeria, SAPS, visit Ntanzi, individually or collectively. Is there anywhere at Valeria where they sign to show that they had visited Ntanzi?
Well, agar Mabena le Mokhane haba station aba Valeria. Well, haba kile ko ba to letela motshwariwa bana ka number. Gona le mo ba sunje ba report go ba bangwale gore re tlile ka mabaka a so. Yeah.
Manje ke uMokhane noMabhele nanjengoba bengasona amaphoyisa asebenza evelele uma ukuthi ke bayeza ke evelele bazobona yena kusola uNtanzi kunala ababhala khona yini yebo.
Where would they make the entries?
Bathatha moyi.
Ona le visiting book.
It's a visiting book.
Kunayo kunencwadi ke ebhala ukuthi uyizwa ngokuthi ke i-visiting book incwadi ke yogarasha.
And would that be a general public visiting book or a separate visiting book for police officers?
Ke engwe e dirisa nga mapodisa fela goba ke visit ya o mong le mong a tlileng police station. Diga e bolelang ka yo.
Ke a omole o mong re ba feta ba tlatsa le OB.
Is for anybody, but after they finish whatever they came there for, they must fill in the OB.
Leyo ncwadi ke ebhala wena noma ubani ke noma ke ozileke ukuzovakasha kodwa ke uma sebeqedile ke lapho fanele bayobhala ke incwadi leyo ibizwa ngokuthi ke OB.
Thank you, ma'am. Those are the issues that I wanted to clarify with you. As the court proceeds, ma'am. Yeah.
This is a question. I do have a few questions that I would also love to clarify with the witness, but we've been informed earlier on, prior to the commencement of the testimony, that she could be down with some.
She could be?
She's got a flu bout. So
Yeah.
I don't want to sound unkind to her, but I know what a flu does to your body.
What time is it now?
It's 60 minutes past 3 o'clock.
Are you still comfortable, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, I am. Hello.
Can you last another 15 minutes?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got a fit lady. Yeah, she says she can last another 15 minutes.
I'm going to be beyond that.
Hello?
I'm saying I'll go beyond 15 minutes. In other
No, no,
words-
just go for 15 minutes. Because that's what she says she's capable of sustaining.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. This is not a cross-examination, but just clarification questions, you understand?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, you told the court that there would be searches in the cells in order to determine whether are there no contrabands or substances or items that are not wanted in the cells, not so.
Proceedings le ko le ga ba gona dilo tse di leng ka mo tse di sa tshwanelang go ba fa. Yes.
Ushilo ukuthi ke kuno-sexual cell ukuqinisekisa ukuthi azikho izinto engafanelekile ukuthi zibe lapho. Yebo.
Why would this happen?
Gore seo se tshwanetse se direga.
O check go the suspect that ya tshwara dilo tse.
Where's the court places, my lord?
They are holding a memorial service.
My lord, he said we should add. So I'm not sure whether 11 from the interpreter side. Yes. Gentleman for 100 years.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Bona
Terminological inexactitudes.
Yes.
Bese utholile umakhalekhukhwini ngawo akukho la abawubhala khona noma awubhala khona kwiyincwadi zaseveleni yakuzwa.
What is important is that the cell phone was recovered and the cell phone belongs to accused number 2. Were you aware of this before I told you?
No objection.
What's your response, Doctor?
My lord, I do not understand the objection. However, I will rephrase. Ma'am, according to the version of the state, the cell phone was recovered from accused number 2.
Cell phone mo number 2. Bohlatsi jo bo leng pele go.
Ke a kwa.
Aye.
Omangi ukushintsha ke ubufakazi ke busole ukuthi ke kwatholakala umakhalekhukhwini ngiyabuzwa.
And accused number 2 through his as a court. Ma'am,
where the station where it is.
You do. Before that detainee release, ma'am. Very short.
Yes, I.
Yeah, she says she can last for another 15 minutes.
I'm going to be beyond that.
Hello?
I'm saying I'll go beyond 15 minutes.
No, just go for 15 minutes. Because that's what she says she's capable of sustaining.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. This is not a cross-examination, but just clarification questions, you understand?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, you told the court that there would be searches in the cells in order to determine whether are there no contrabands or substances or items that are not wanted in the cells, not so.
Yes.
Ushilo ukuthi ke kuno-sexual cell ukuqinisekisa ukuthi azikho izinto engafanelekile ukuthi zibe lapho. Yebo.
Why would this happen?
O check go the suspect that ya tshwara dilo tseo.
To check whether a suspect is not in possession of such.
Yes. The reason why should they not have this, ma'am? Very short. Why are detainees not allowed to have those items that you're mentioning, amongst them the cigarettes, the nail clippers, and all those items which are not allowed in the cells?
They may injure each other by using those items.
Thank you. Now, when investigating officers or whoever brings a person, and in terms of the law, that person is supposed to be detained in your cells. We're talking now about filaria. What do you do before that detainee gets locked up in the cells?
The police will come there, the church office, and book the suspect in our books.
Yes. Yes.
One of the CSC member or two of the members to the cells.
Then they will be accompanied by one of the CSC members to the cell, one or two of the members.
Yes.
When they arrive at the cells, the suspect is searched.
Members of the church office, suspected
Members of the church office will then hand over blankets and mattresses and show them the place to sleep.
Thank you, ma'am. You say the suspect, before it's taken to or gets locked in the cells, that suspect gets searched, not so?
Yes.
This court has heard this many times, that in circumstances where that search that you're referring to now happens, and the suspect gets to be, and some items which is not a desirable item in the cell gets found in his possession or a possession, that gets confiscated. Is that what you also know or do?
Yes.
No, I said this court has heard many a times that where a person is to be locked in the cells, that person gets searched first before they get detained. And if there are items that are found in his or her possession, that gets confiscated.
Yeah, ke boletse gore khoto e kole gantšintši gore pele motho a tswalelela ka tseleng wa searchiwa o tšela seo a sa tshwaneleng go se swara mo go yena a kere. So ka seo se ra gore motho o tlo ba a tšetšwe seo a sa tshwaneleng go se swara mo go yena. Yes.
Engikushoyo ukuthi le nkantolo isizwile amahlandla-ke amaningi ukuthi uma ngabe umuntu eseshwa bese kutholakala ke lokho ongafanelekile ukuthi-ke abe nako uyaphucwa-ke lokho. Yebo.
Now, is that what should be happening in terms of the standing orders that you've been referring, that have been referred to by the state?
Ke se swantse go se direga ge wa ka standing order. Yes.
Yikona-ke yini lokho kufanele kwenzeleke okwenzekeke nokwemigomo lena-ke umshushisi ebebuza ngayo amaphoyisa. Yebo.
And many a times this court has heard that those confiscated items get recorded either in the SAP 13, if it will eventually be used as an exhibit.
Well, what are the two what is yet in Baswarwa? Jody Satonelang, Hubamo Bona, Dia Mwadiwa, come SAP 13, or a table was at Kanakwita.
Really exhibit ya Mwadiwa kamo 13.
Yes, if it's an exhibit, yes, it's noted in the SAP 13.
It's really a footing of the country of Masanta, Ukuti Lobo, Palapanti, SAP 13, basically the dungeon of Pagaziero, finally,
now, if the item that is found in the possession of that detainee or the suspect is not something that will later on be used as an exhibit, then that gets registered in SAP 22, which is referred to as a prisoner's properties register.
I detect a more SAP 22 or Kecha Moto at yeah.
But beyond that, there is this book that is called SAP 10, which is an occurrence book. All that I've mentioned gets recorded in that OB book, in that occurrence book, which is almost like a master plan, like the nucleus of everything that is happening in the police station.
Yes, it must be noted in OB.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, the state, in their cross-examination to you, they say Mohane and Mabena, after having received information that accused number 2 had a phone with him in the cells, they rushed there and they were able to find it.
Number 2, cell phone.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, against the background that you also confirm, being the process that gets followed before a detainee gets placed in the cells. What are probabilities? What are probabilities that after that process that we just mentioned now has been followed, that a prisoner, that a detainee could still be found with a cell in their possession?
Objection, my lord. My colleague is inviting the witness to speculate.
This is not a speculation, my lord. This
You're
is
talking about probability.
Yes.
Yeah, so probability encapsulates speculative answers.
Let me put it in a different way. The process that we have sketched to make sure that a person does not take into the cells something that is not allowed in the cells has been followed.
Yes.
Manje-ke uhlelo-ke lokuthi-ke umuntu angangeni-ke kumaseli-ke naloko okungavumelekile ukuthi angene nako selwenziwe noma lulandelwe-ke.
Now, that is if that process is followed to the letter of the law.
Process
Manje-ke uma kuwukuthi lokho kwenziwe-ke ngendlela kuze kufinyelele ekugcineni-ke la umthetho osho khona.
Yes.
Would a person still be found with a cell phone in the cells?
Objection again, my lord. Speculation. Furthermore, the witness testified she does not know what time was the cell phone or the search was conducted, my lord. She was only there for a 12-hour shift. That's what it is.
My lord, probably the state does not understand.
I understand.
And that is by design. The fact that they pretend not to understand is by design. The evidence before this court, my lord, is that Ntanzi has been in that custody, has been at Filaria for more than 5 months, 4 to 5 months.
So what about that?
That is the basis of the question that I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yes. So the misunderstanding is by design.
Is it?
Yes. But nonetheless, thank you, ma'am. The state is saying that's a speculation.
But are you trying to make a proposition that contraband can be smuggled into the police station?
No.
Because it can be.
No.
Everybody knows that it can be.
No, I do not know. I'm not part
Okay,
of
let me tell you
everybody.
about something you may know. Nelson Mandela smuggled A Long Walk to Freedom.
Yes.
It's about 800 pages.
Yes.
Using Maharaj.
Yes.
At Robben Island.
Yes.
Doesn't that tell you something?
I'm hearing that for the first time.
For the first time, okay.
Yes.
Get educated. So it is possible to smuggle.
No.
People, wait.
Yes.
People smuggle contraband at the police station.
Yes.
By eating it, swallowing Mandrex tablets.
Yes.
Inside their. Hello, just stand up, ma'am.
Okay, stand up.
No, just I want to see her. Haven't you heard about that? I'll call them people. People swallowing contraband, meaning Mandrex tablets or other forms of tablets in a duct of a lung of a rubber and selling it. You've never heard of that?
I've heard about this.
Yeah, we all know about it. We read about it in the press. So it is possible. That's why the Department of Justice, or not Department of Correctional Services, conducts periodic searches, surprise periodic searches. And I'm told and advised that people also smuggle television sets into the cells. This is Joburg. Television set into the cells. You have never heard of that.
TV, whatever. I did not hear about TV.
Okay, let us until tomorrow.
I'm not done, man.
Well, what's the time?
15:32, my
What?
lord. 15:32.
That's it. I said 30 minutes. I said
Okay, no,
15
thank
minutes. That's what I said.
The witness may be wanting to
Yeah,
come.
she knows. She's an intelligent lady. Utatagamosa tomorrow. Okay. You know what? This is worrying me. Your brother, do you have a brother?
Yeah.
You don't have? You don't have?
I had.
Liburu, who went to, you don't have to answer anything. He was amongst the first Mkonto who seized the cadres in the 50s to leave the countries. That's not the guy. Is that's the guy?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Right.